For this video review, we're going to take a look at another G.I. Joe Declassified series custom by yours truly, laruan ni Obi-Wan. This time, it's going to be of G.I. Joe Alpine. Let us do a quick 360 view of the action figure. The base body on this action figure build is going to be from Action Force Valaverse rollout. So the head unit, the upper body, lower body, this is 100% base body rollout. So as for articulation points, which we would no longer discuss in this video, because if you're familiar with Action Force Valaverse or G.I. Joe Classified series, this action figure sports those kind of articulation points. So let's discuss the parts that I used with this action figure. So it's going to be the accessory part. Now, the most defining thing about a Alpine action figure is going to be that rope that is slung across his body. So with the G.I. Joe Classified series shipwreck action figure, with owning that action figure, I immediately had a idea that sooner or later I'm going to make a Alpine action figure, and I already immediately thought of this rollout action figure. So with this in mind, all other accessories would just fall into place. So majority of the accessories on this action figure belongs to G.I. Joe Classified series. So let's start with the biggest plastic in this accessory list, which is the backpack. Now this backpack belongs to G.I. Joe Classified series Dusty, the Tiger Force Dusty. Now the belt, the radio, the holster, the pistol, that comes from G.I. Joe Classified series Rock and Roll. Now the climbing axis belongs to a G.I. Joe G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Origins base action figure. I think it's the Snake Eyes or the Storm Shadow. So it's supposed to be scythe, but they look like climbing axes, so they foot the bill. Now with regards to the weapon, this submachine gun MP5 variety belongs to Action Force Valaverse. We don't have any of the original style Beretta that came with Alpine, but this one closely resembles what Alpine had in the 3.75 inch scale. So let's discuss headgear. So the head cover or the cap belongs to G.I. Joe Classified series, the first version of Gung Ho. The goggles belongs to G.I. Joe Classified series Tiger Force Dusty, and the sunglasses belongs to G.I. Joe Classified series Pimp Daddy Destro. So the defining pieces that makes a good Alpine action figure is going to be the rope, the climbing axe, and the grapple gun. Now on the 3.75 inch version, the original one, the grapple gun is stored on the underside of the backpack on this section. But with my version, it is an incorporated piece with the rope. Now if you have the G.I. Joe Classified series shipwreck action figure, where the grapple gun would make contact with the rope, that is going to be the hole where you're going to perch the poly figure. Now that hook is where you're going to store the anchor that comes with the shipwreck action figure. So that would nicely nestle the other climbing axe for Alpine, or my Alpine action figure. So the other climbing axe, he's supposed to have two, so that's why he has two. So The holder is the L-shaped flashlight holder from G.I. Joe Classified Series Outback. So it nicely secures the other climbing axe. Okay, so let me show you how that thing is secured to the rope. Okay, so let's deattach that to, so we could take a look at the grapple gun. Okay, so the grapple gun, this is a conglomeration of different parts. This used to be a accessory that I would pair with a Batman action figure, but somehow I had other accessories that I paired more smaller items, so somehow this piece was just relocated to the parts bin, and finally it has found a new home with this Alpine action figure. So this is a separate piece, that is a separate piece, and so with this part. As to the specifics, which parts this grapple gun belongs to, I really don't know. It's already a whole piece. It's been quite some time that I built this piece. So features: grapple gun, you have the stored line, you have a connecting piece to the rope, and of course you have a spotting scope, so you know where to fire this grapple gun, and it's going to nicely secure, and you could finally tie a rope at the end of that grapple gun or at the end of the line. So the final piece of accessory to this build is going to be the backpack harness, which belongs to Marvel Legends Deadpool. Okay, so the Deadpool sword harness would have a nice indentation in between, so actually it makes for a good backpack harness with a rope just in between that backpack harness. So just glue the underside of the rope to the backpack and the backpack harness, so it is nice and secure. It's not going to play around. So as you could see, very streamlined accessories for my Alpine build. The other company that has accessories for an Alpine build is going to be Gridiron Studios, but somehow that accessory pack is going to be quite pricey. So instead of acquiring or buying a set, I just take inventory of already what I had in hand. So it's a lot of accessories that I could still pull together to make this action figure. But the most defining piece, if I didn't had this shipwreck rope, I won't be able to build this figure. Well, actually I could still make this Alpine figure in making use of twine that I have, but it really is different with this shipwreck accessory, because actually you won't be able to use that anyway. So it's what you want is a really nice stable plastic piece that stays in place whenever you, of course, you're going to display the action figure that way. And you could even take out those polarized sunglasses to reveal the face of Alpine. And let's take in his best bud, Bazooka. There you go. So another custom action figure in my G.I. Joe Classified Series collection. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.